Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BBB TV. I'm Teresa Kirkham, and I have with me tonight Jeff Cole, Rex Lynch, and Angeleque Morin. We welcome you to watch the election returns. Tonight's the night we've all been waiting for, isn't it? We are sitting on pins and needles to know who our next president of the United States is. So as we get our returns in from precincts and from each county, there, Anderson, I'm wrong, we'll be reporting to you by precinct and by totals. So but here we go. In my county, in Rome County, we have very few contested races. Angeleque, I think in Anderson, you all have more than we do.
Yeah.
We have City of Rockwood has 3 city councilmen. They elect 3. They have 5 running. Bobby Anderson, Bossy Davidson, Eddie Grief, Coach Kamakawa, April Faust. They only elect 3 there. The other contested races in Oliver Springs for alderman, Charlie Bailey and Kenneth Brown, and one's elected there. And City of Oak Ridge has 3 council. I think they elect 3 councilmen.
Yeah.
And there's 4 on the ballot. Angeleque,
Right.
you want to talk about those?
Yeah.
We can't hardly see these without our
I
glasses.
know. I'm so blind. Our municipal election for this cycle, we've got on the ballot, we have Jim Dodson, Derek Hammond, Chuck Hope, and then we've got Ruth Pless Rizzi. And, of course, Jim, Derek, and Chuck have been on the commission. They've been on city council for a long time, so the top 3 voters will keep their seats or take the seats for the new cycle. And then on our Board of Education, we've got Mary Crank, Ashley Craven, Tiffany Malone, Sharon Gleason, and Keith Jetter. So at least we've got some new names in the city of Oak Ridge that have stepped up. And then we also have a new city judge, Jim Norman, and he's unopposed, so he will remain our city judge. And he's a good guy. I've known Jim for a long time.
He'll do a good job.
Yeah, he will. He'll do well. He's already really doing a good job.
He's popular down in Rome County as well.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody knows Jim.
Yes.
So that's a really good thing. But there's not a whole lot going on county-wise. We've got, of course, our House of Representatives for District 33. We've got Rick Scarborough and Ann Backus. And, of course, Rick beat John Reagan in the primary, and that was quite a upset for a seated
Republican.
Yeah, I can't even talk tonight. I'm trying to say incumbent. He had been in office for a long time, so Rick worked really hard, and I think that part of what helped him was that, he came from Claxton and grew up in Claxton, so he had a lot of support in that area. And even though it divided the Republican Party in Anderson County, Rick did come out the winner.
Yeah.
So,
and he'd been chief of police of City of Clinton.
Right.
He worked sheriff's law department for a little while before that.
Right.
Just a local, married a local girl.
Yeah.
And he's been part of the community his whole life. And
Exactly.
I think he just related to the people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a lot of it. It's just how much you're involved in the community a lot of times. So I know he'll do a good job for us. And I think it's, the presidential election has really caused a lot of, I call it election anxiety. And so I think that a lot of people have been so focused on that they've kind of overlooked the little races that we've got going on.
Right.
And I saw a percentage, it said like 73% of all, in a poll, polls, 73% of all people were having anxiety about the election. And I will say I'm part of that 73%. So I felt like this has gone on for 4 years, pretty much. And I just want everybody to remember that, tomorrow we're all going to wake up and we're going to go to work and we're going to take care of our families, and it's not going to matter, whoever wins, it is what it is, and I hope that we don't see a lot of ugly on social media. I feel like social media has really played a huge role in the elections the past 3 cycles, to be honest, and I've seen so much this year that, it's just, it doesn't help us as a community or a state or a country to be so ugly and attack each other. And I know that, the media, I saw Elon Musk say that lying is part of politics. They both do that. And I've seen things on both parties this year that I've been really upset about. I don't feel like if you're running for the president of our country, you should be on national TV slugging down a beer. I just feel like that's inappropriate. But I also feel like it's inappropriate to be at a rally speaking to tens of thousands of people and have profanities coming out of your mouth every 5 sentences or whatever. So I feel like our respect, it's degraded it in general.
Well, as an elected official, you should hold yourself to a higher level of accountability.
Exactly.
And respect the office.
Exactly.
And no matter which office it is, if you are elected to, you should hold yourself to a dignified level of accountability, I feel like. But in Roane County, we have a couple of uncontested races. Our State Senate, Senator Yeager has a candidate, but he's independent. His name is Charles Hudson, and Representative Monty Fritz is unopposed. So and also shared with your county is State Representative Ed Butler has a Democrat Party nominee, Joel Derrick Hahn. So I think we share in Representative in Oliver Springs. We share Ed Butler, who's doing a really good job and has higher political aspirations. But also, I overlooked it. Our city council in Kingston, we have elect 3, and we have 3 running: David Reeder, Tommy Gwynn, and Tony Brown. So there's your 3 next councilmen for the city of Kingston if you live in the city. And of course, we have our House of Representatives, our United States House of Representatives, where incumbent Fleshman is opposed there. And of course, we go back to the one and only race we're all so much concerned about, is who is going to be our next president.
Right.
When we got City Clinton, there's a couple of different races. Kind of watching the City Council in Ward 2 and 3, both Larry Gann's incumbent. He has no opponent. He's going to be reelected. Ward 3 became open this cycle, and Matthew Foster, a first-time person, put his name on the ballot and has nobody running against him, so he'll be a councilman. Wow. In Ward 1, we have Rob Harrell. He's the incumbent, and Lucas Heaton is challenging him. So, and then we have our Board of Education. We've got in Ward 1, you get to vote. Actually, there's 2 people from Ward 1. Currently, Joey Smith and KK Meredith are both in office, and they're being challenged by Deborah Heaton. So 2 of those 3 will go in. And then, of course, in Ward 3, Merle Price, she's the incumbent and no challenger, so she'll be going back in.
Here we go. Okay, Jeff, your turn. Tell us what you think.
Talk about early voting.
Well,
Tell us.
Our numbers here in Anderson County were at 27,294. That included the early vote and then the paper ballots there, and that's a good turnout. That's a good turnout. Like I said, we were talking about it today. Maybe 10,000 more today. The weather was beautiful, so that was nice.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was pretty. So I don't know. Like I said, I talked to a friend on the way down, and they said that some of the cities were a little light today. So we'll see how that affects Clinton's. Like I said, the city council race, and we got 1 school board race, I think you said, in Clinton. So,
one.
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I think turnout's going to be, the data from 2020 skewed it so much with the mail-in, with COVID and all the other stuff that went on throughout the country. So I think you've had it. Some counties have been up, some have been down statewide. I know we were at a meeting a few weeks ago, and they said that Tennessee, I think, was top 5 early on in early voting throughout the nation. I don't know how that finished out, so we'll see. Like I said, Brad said a minute ago, once they drop those numbers, you're going to find out. I can't pull anything up, Brad. Have you had any luck on that, or Rex?
No,
I've not been able
Nothing
to.
yet.
I've not been able to pull up the site, so I don't
In
know.
Roane County, our early voting numbers were close to yours. We early voted 20,000 out of 39,300 some registered voters. We early voted a little bit over 20,000, about 20,000, maybe 20, close to 21.
Well, I
But
pulled
we,
some numbers today for us. We've got right at 51,000 registered voters. So, if you get 35,000, then that's, we wish it was more, but we've got 28 precincts. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out here.
Right.
Maybe we'll drop early votes. Normally, between 8:15, 8:30, they'll drop early
Well,
votes.
that's
hopefully.
what we didn't find out in August, did we, Teresa? It seemed like it was 9 o'clock before we got anything, so I don't know.
And
We were
4 years
ready.
prior to that, he dropped them at
Yeah.
8:02.
I know it.
Well, we've got some new machines, so I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's part of it. I don't know if Rome County's got new machines,
No.
but this is third time we've used them, I guess, or twice, maybe?
Yeah. I talked to one of
So-
the technicians today and asked him if there was any issues, and he said that it's about 4 o'clock and nothing. Did a few little glitches, but nothing. No
Well,
major
we needed
problems.
new machines, but, I'm not sure.
We need quick total
Yes,
returns.
yes.
We don't care what that
Yes.
takes. We need to be able to tell you all, the viewers, and how we appreciate you watching and tuning in. We need to be able to give you some information, and we're as impatient at it as you are, wanting to know. We are as well. And with that being said, I have to compliment the Roane County Election Commission. Holly Harmon and Stephanie Brown, they both are excellent workers, and Holloway runs a very good office, and I think they are as anxious to get them to us as we are to get them to you, the viewers. It's just a matter of taking the time to do it, but I think people are anxious this year. There were lines in my county for early voting, but when I left the courthouse today, 300 and something had voted today in the election, so
Wow.
so that's a very low turnout for Election Day, but yet again, early voting, voting 20,000 countywide, that's a huge turnout, I think, for Roane County.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I feel like more people did early voting this year because it was pushed on the national level. But coming back to our Anderson County, the way I understand it, I'll talk to Baird, tell me if I'm wrong, but the way he explained it is that there's like a P card, like a little card that they download all the totals on, and then they have to take them to the courthouse and upload them into the machine.
That's right.
And so people have to drive from all over the county to the courthouse. So that's why it takes a little while. That's why you're getting to listen to us give our views on everything until the totals start coming in. But, we're so lucky, I feel like, in the state of Tennessee because we have such great integrity when it comes to our elections. There's a lot of states out there right now there's a lot going on and machines aren't working and people are, there's a lot of accusations flying. And I just feel like not only are we we're the most fiscally responsible state in the whole country, but we're also, we also have, really good voter integrity. And, Mark Stevens, he does a good job. He's been in there for, I don't know, Mark's been in for 10, 12 years, something like that. He's been in a while.
Years.
Yeah, 14 years. And they run a really good office, and they're real helpful. Anytime I ever call up there, they, send me whatever I need. So kudos to them. And also their committee, we've got some really good people on there. So it helps. It helps. And I just feel like it's something we shouldn't overlook, is how lucky we are, how blessed. So, I've wondered, too, about, like North Carolina, how it went for them during their election, because there's still people, trapped in their houses and stuff up there. And it's just weighed on my heart a lot. The victims of Helene and Milton this year, you know, we still got people living in tents. We've got people that can't get out. We've got young families with babies in tents and no housing. And I saw where the Amish, did you see where the Amish came down? Yeah, the Amish came down from Pennsylvania, a whole busload. There was like 50 or 60 people, and they built, just started putting houses together. And they did it all for free. But, you know, this year I feel like, you know, Christmas is around the corner, and I would like very much to see families remember them down there. And maybe, you know, I know in my household, we're going to give more to them. And there's some really good charities down there, you know, Samaritan's Purse, and there's a Project of Hope. And if you're an animal lover like I am and in rescue, you know, there's a lot of animals down there that need help as well. So
we've got some numbers here. The District 33, Scarborough and back it's 67-32. Scarborough.
Is that percentage?
Yes, that's all percentage. The Lucas Heaton Rob Harold race is almost 70 for Rob Harold and 30% for Lucas Heaton. The three-way race for the Board of Education in Clinton is Debbie Heaton at 30%, Joy Smith at 41%, and KK Meredith at 27%. So that is some early quick rate numbers there. Off his side.
Off whose side?
Mark's. I went back in and he updated it.
Well, that's what it is.
You just don't know how to work it then. President Trump is up big, 67-32. Marsha Blackburn and Gloria is
you have to go all the way up.
Chuck Flashman is 68, and Jack Allen is 30, right at 30. So that's...
Ed Butler's winning about 80%
Yeah.
to 20%.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw
That's
it.
a big victory.
Yeah. Jerome County got anything yet?
I don't see it, but I may have to go out and back in like you.
Yeah, I did. I just went back out and played with it and got it.
They promised that as soon as they had them, they would put them up.
And that is just early voting. That's one of 30. That's 2587. So that's basically what we had earlier, what I read. So, and I don't think really any big shock right there. You see anything, Rex?
no.
I mean, it's pretty much.
And with the big number of early votes that came in, normally a percentage is only changed, a couple percent once they get the election day votes added to it. So
Yeah.
So it looks like the school board race in Clinton could be a close race.
Nail biter.
City council race looks like Rob Harrell is probably going to win that one. Let's see what we've got here in these others. City of Norris. Let's see, in the city of Oak Ridge, you vote for 3. Looks like right now you have top vote getter is Jim Dodson. Second is Chuck Hope. And third place is Derek Hammond with 25% of the vote. And then Ruth Rizzi has got 15% of the vote.
Okay. That city council here in Oak Ridge is a tight-knit group. It's hard for someone new to come in unless someone steps down. So
you got your Board of Education. You can vote for 2. And it looks like right now Ashley Craven has got 27% of the vote. Mary Crank at 25%. And Tiffany Malone at 23%. And then you have Sharon Gleason at 12% and Keith Jeter at 11%.
Where'd you get those at? I don't have that on.
Here it is. You need to learn how to use the computer.
There you go.
I'm going to have to take you boys out.
Oh.
Well, just a little history for you here. For Roane County in 2020 election, President Trump had 19,230 votes in the presidential election in November 2020, and Joe Biden had 6,043.
Okay, thank you.
So that's pretty much Rome County. Shows you that Rome County votes Republican pretty much, and of course, with the United States Senate, a Republican, Bill Haggerty, led that ticket with 19,000. Marquita Bradshaw was a Democrat. There were several independents, but she was 5,400. So, we kind of, in Rome County, kind of lean Republican as well.
Yeah,
So-
it's, I can remember when the Democrats, though, led a lot of things, especially Roane County.
Right.
And it's, a lot has changed, but I feel like the platforms have changed a lot, too.
They have.
Yeah. So,
We still got some diehard Democrats there, and
I know.
we gotta love them.
I
They're
know.
going to stick with their party.
Yeah.
Well, our House of Representatives race, Rick Scarborough has 14,108 votes, and Ann Backus has 6,817 votes.
yeah.
So I think you can.
How many precincts?
That's just the early.
I
Early
said
voting.
maybe another
Yeah.
10, so I don't know.
See,
That's
they
give or
stop
take.
and they stop at up there to the interstate. They don't get the full county.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, so.
That's roughly two. Yeah, you can call that one. That's roughly 2/3 of the votes in, and it's at 67 to 32 percentage wise. So you could call that one from Mr. Scarborough.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Anytime any of the candidates wants to call in, if you are unopposed or not, if you want to call in and speak to your voters on the air, you're welcome to. We love to hear from you, and especially Rick, since they've already called your election at 14,000 versus 6,800. If you want to call in and thank your supporters and your voters, we'll put you on the air anytime.
And that was a good race between Rick and Miss Backus. I didn't see any much negatives. It was
No.
pretty straight out.
Yeah.
I used to work with Ann when I worked at DOE years ago, and I knew her from there, and a nice lady, but Rick just ran a very good, clean campaign. He had issues that he was running on, so you understood. I mean, it was real clear
Yeah.
what you were voting for.
Yeah. I don't think that it got very ugly between him and John Reagan either in the
No.
primary. It was a lot milder than I expected. I've seen other races where there was a mailer in your mailbox about every
Oh,
3
yeah,
days,
yeah.
and some of them got kind of nasty, but it seemed like with their primary, that it was very calm. And
Which race, I'm sorry?
John Reagan in the primary
Yeah.
against Rick. So,
Well, we got a lot of mail, I know that, but it was, some days you'd get a lot, some days you wouldn't. And we didn't get a lot in there in the general. I mean, I was talking to my wife today about it, so I don't know. That makes us feel good when candidates, we spend that money, nobody reads them.
yeah.
You kind of go, wait a minute here, what do I need to do?
It's kind of a necessary evil, though. I mean, that a lot of people are just going to grab it and throw it in the trash,
Oh, yeah.
but there are people that do look at them, so you've got to spend that money and put them out.
Yeah, here's,
We've got some totals for
let's see, do they get 2, I
City
think?
Council.
2 out of 4? Or?
Three.
Three.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
three
so
out
it looks like our 3 incumbents are standing strong in that race.
You flashed it off too quick, Brad.
That's quick. Yeah, you got to have quick brain.
I'll pop on that and read it. Go, Angeleque.
We've got Jim Dodson leading with 5,752 votes. Derek Hammond with 4,789. Chuck Hope Jr. has 5,320. So congratulations, Guy. Rizzy has got 2,915. So.
Of our House of Representatives, U.S. House, we have Chuck Fleischman, 17,136 votes at 68.49%. There's Jack Allen, who has 7,300 votes at 29%. And then there's Gene Hill and a Stephen King, which barely got 1%. So Chuck Fleischman has done a great job. It looks like he's going to have a landslide victory tonight.
Of course. Oak Ridge is a vital part of his campaign territory, too. So I think we always get a lot of support, campaign focus in our area for
That
Chuck.
Oak Ridge school board race there, that's going to be close. You picked 2 out of the 5, and
Yeah,
you've got one.
yeah. Mary Crank.
300 votes basically separates Mary
Yeah.
Crank with Tiffany Malone, so
That's close,
that is big close.
yeah.
That's those Oak Ridge precincts will take a little bit longer to get into the courthouse too, so we probably
Right, that's true.
have to wait a few minutes.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what.
yeah.
Anything from Roane County? Mm-mm. We're going to have to drive down there, Teresa, and get
I know
Let's
it.
go.
I'll fly down there and be right back. Get
I
on
was
my.
telling Teresa before we go in on, I think that last precinct in August, we waited, it's about 10 o'clock. I don't think it ever come in, I don't think.
Oh,
so.
wow.
They didn't get it till the next morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Was there some technical issues?
Somebody went home with it?
Something happened.
Really?
There was I think there were some technical issues. I
Sounds
don't know
better to
exactly
say
what.
technical, Brad, than it does it went home with you.
They
that
can't.
makes us nervous.
They can't change it.
Yeah.
Even if they take you
Yeah.
home and sleep with it, they can't change it.
You can't plug it into your ear, I don't think.
No,
to change it.
no.
Yeah, that's better they had technical issues.
It has to match that. It has to match that voting
Tally
machine
sheet, isn't it?
tally sheet, right?
Yeah,
Kind of like you think, well, if they took it home, what'd they do? No, they can't do it.
that's true.
That machine is the teller of all tales.
Yeah,
I know with our new machines, we were talking about it, you punch the screen, and then it prints out your ballot,
Yeah,
and then you have to walk over and put it in a counter.
that's what we
The
have.
scanner's what
The
counts.
scanner, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's different. I'm getting used to it.
I mean,
It's
and it makes you nervous. You can turn it upside down,
Well,
right side, left
yeah.
side. It doesn't matter as long as
Yeah.
the machine takes
Right.
it, it'll count it.
yeah, and it's good. I like that part that it counts it there for them, but it's going to take me a few more times. I think we voted twice on it. I think
Yeah,
correct.
twice.
So it's
Yeah.
be interesting.
My friend from Kentucky said she marks the paper ballot and then they scan it.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I've seen that done.
I think that's an issue for the legislator to determine how we're going to continue to vote in the future. It was
Yeah.
talked about
Well, a
quite a
lot
bit.
want to go.
Yeah.
I think Virginia went back to just a
Paper
paper
Yeah,
ballot.
they did.
And that's and I like the technology pieces, but you worry about. I know we talked
Like the
about
hanging Chad from Florida.
Well,
did you mark
that
that
was an
box or did
issue.
you mark that
Yeah.
Oh,
box?
I know.
Yeah.
That whoever
That
designed
was a week-long
they didn't like
process.
this. But, where's the person in the staff meeting saying, that might be a problem.
Right.
Let's look at that issue.
I just don't
Exactly.
like the paper ballots myself.
I'm not big on that
Me
either.
either.
I like to have it digitally recorded.
Me
That's kinda
too.
where I'm
I
at.
don't
I'm big
know.
on technology.
I like the digital part of it, but when we've got, like Pennsylvania said they're not going to even start counting votes until after the polls close today. So for us to not know who's going to win the presidential election for 4 or 5 days, I think that's ridiculous. I mean, back when, I don't know, how long have they been doing the machines? It's been about 20 years, I think, in the United States that they've been doing that. And, before, when we had paper ballots, there was no question of who voted for who. It's marked on the ballot, and we knew all the results that night. We didn't have to wait.
I voted on the machine when I first voted at 18.
Did you?
picked
Yes.
5 out of
They
this
were the
array.
old-fashioned lever machine.
That's what we
Oh,
had.
yeah.
That's what it's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lever.
But I don't know why
Yeah.
all the states can't get together and follow the model that Florida has, Tennessee has. I mean,
I know.
10 o'clock we'll have every vote counted
Exactly.
in the state.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
Well, I do know that a lot, and that was brought up in 2020. A lot of it dealt with the, do you want your federal government to get into your local and state? And I don't.
I don't either,
Because I don't
personally.
think the federal government can make a sandwich,
No.
let alone try to standardize our elections. So that's the only problem I've got with federal coming in. I think the states can do it, but I think it takes the leadership and the foresight. In Florida, I just read here, they're going to be done in another 30 or 40 minutes, and it's 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10 million people.
Yeah,
That's
I've
just
got a
crazy.
friend.
There's
sitting-
no reason we can't
No,
do that.
Yeah.
not at
No
all.
reason.
I know.
Not at all.
I know. I agree.
Not at all.
There's your Clinton City races.
Let's see, is that
School
any-
board, Deborah Heaton, 1285.
That's
Joy
about a-
Smith, 1767. KK Meredith,
That's what
1175.
we call it, yeah. That's still early votes.
Okay. That's close. Look at that, though, really. 500, 500 difference between KK Meredith and Joy Smith. Deborah Heaton.
And I think
400.
Mark
You vote for
loads-
2 on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I think Mark, I think he gets 4 or 5 precincts in and then he drops them. I think that's what pattern was this summer. I think so. I think that it's 8:30. So
I
we
like
ought to be-
that when they do it that way.
we ought to
Rome
be
County
able-
did it that way at one
Yeah.
time, and people like to hear it by precincts.
Yeah, yeah, that was back in the olden days. You posted
Yes.
on the window, you know,
Yes.
they did it. I mean, the post
I
it.
like that.
It's pretty neat the way they did it back then.
Yeah.
That, you
When
know,
I
you could.
had hair. It's been a long time. That's how long that's been.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you know, Angeleque and I could go back when we weren't having to go to the beauty shop every 3 weeks too, can't
Exactly. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Life was a lot different back
we?
then.
Yes, it was. I really enjoyed those election days back. It was suspenseful, and you could sit there and hear them call out the votes in the courthouse, and a lot of action going on. It was dead in there tonight, and I'm
I know
thinking,
when we had the tied vote there, what was that, 2010? We were in Rex's office and Mark came, I think it was Mark, was that Mark's first election or something? I mean, it was
Yeah.
crazy. And Briceville come in and he
So
said,
it was-
boys, we've got a tie.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to be kidding. It was what, 20? It was a lot of votes then.
Yeah.
20, 30,000
Probably
maybe?
20,000 people
20.
voted, and so it was for juvenile court judge, and both of them got, it was like 58, 50, right at 6,000 votes apiece. And we had one precinct left, which typically one of the guys really campaigned or anything, well, I've got that, it was just 100 votes. And it took forever to get that one precinct in. When it came in, perfect tie.
can you believe that?
That's crazy.
So that's why they say every vote counts.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
you
both
know-
of them had friends and neighbors or whatever, the good friends, that says, man, I meant to go vote, but I forgot. I got.
I know. I early vote. You know, I never used to be an early voter. I wanted to go on election day because I enjoyed the excitement of it. But as I've gotten older, I'm thinking, what if I get sick?
Oh,
or
yeah.
what if I have COVID? Or what if, you know, you never know, your car could break down or anything. So I want my vote to count. So I have become a professional early voter. I'll probably early
Well,
vote
just
from
for
now
example,
on.
me and my wife both went and already voted last week, and she's got pneumonia, and
Yeah.
she can't get out of the house today.
Yeah,
So she
exactly.
couldn't have went and voted if she hadn't have voted early. So
Yeah. But it's crazy how the Democratic Party is the party of early voting, and then they say the Republicans are the ones that come out on Election Day.
Well, here you go from Rome County, fresh off the press.
Oh, yeah.
This tells you about absentee and early voting, since
Okay.
we're talking about it. President Donald, excuse me, Republican candidate Donald J. Trump has 15,039 total. And Kamala Harris, Democrat candidate, has 4,757. So that's a pretty good margin there for president. And for U.S. Senate, Marsha Blackburn, 14,622. Gloria Johnson, 4,793. That's a pretty big spread there. I think Marsha was supposedly called early voting winner early on. Representative Fleshman, 14,624. To Democrat Jack Allen, 4,029. And then we go to the local races. Senator Yeager has 15,259. Charles Hudson, the independent candidate, 3,596. The House of Representatives, Monty Fritz, unopposed, has 14,872 with 551 write-in back candidates.
Wow.
That's a big total right there.
That is.
551 write-in ballots.
Wow.
House of Representatives in our combined county, I call it, District 41. Ed Butler, 892. Joey Hahn, 200. City Council for the City of Kingston, Tommy Gwynn is in the lead, 1,969. Tony Brown, 1,929. David Reeder, 1,842. That's a vote for 3. That's all 3 of your new city councilmen in Kingston. I don't have the Rockwood and the Oak Ridge totals yet, or Oliver Springs, but that's what I have right now. And for early voting and absentee in Roane County. So they, as you can see, we're swinging red big time in our county. So
How many precincts do y'all have down there, Teresa?
28.
28? Okay, y'all are like us then. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I guess
I
Rockwood's
think that's
the
right.
last
I
to
have to
come
think
in.
about it.
Is Rockwood usually the last to come in?
No, the last to come in is usually somewhere, well, it could be Rockwood, but it's usually Paint Rock or
I was gonna say
somewhere
south of
way
the river.
south.
South
Yeah,
River,
Yeah.
yeah.
My in-laws
Yeah.
vote in Rockwood, so
You know, Ken Yeager is an incredible politician.
He's done a lot of things, I have to say.
He really
to
is.
move from county attorney to county executive to state senator, and doing very well as state senator.
Mm-hmm. One of the very first campaigns I remember helping with was when he was running for county executive. My dad was a big supporter of his, and we were out in the yard with sheets of plywood, spray painting with stencils, his name
Right.
on stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's telling my age, I know, but those were the good old days
That's right.
of campaigning. And
So
it was-
many people handmade signs back in the day.
But what amazes me about him today is, you know, his territory is like, isn't it 9 counties?
No, I think he has a lot more. I'll have to look that up. But
It's huge.
They changed the his voting.
redistrict- okay.
Redistricted prior to the last election. So I think he has several counties.
But it doesn't matter where I go, I see Ken Yeager signs. You know, I could be driving up Wartburg Highway and there's nothing, and then all of a sudden there's a Ken Yeager sign. But he also has a lot of financial support for his campaigns too.
Right.
So, but yeah, Ken has done a great job. I
That
feel
last
like.
report that I gave was early voting and absentee only. That was not with the precincts. So included, no precincts was in that total.
Gotcha.
Look at Kenny Yeager, so he's got 12.
12 or 13.
Yeah, 12 for Ken Yeager.
Yeah, there you go.
1, 2, 3,
And he
4,
goes all the
5,
way to the
6,
Kentucky
7,
line.
10.
So it's kind of like makes a U.
Look at and these, like it's in
Is
here.
that his orange?
Yeah.
And then
And it goes down to
skips a
here.
few, uh-huh.
That is weird how I can't believe they've actually split it.
Yeah, that's quite a divide. You've got, what is that one, Polk? What is that county?
That's Ray County.
Ray, yeah. He don't represent
No,
Ray.
you
and
got
it's-
Bledsoe.
Then he picks up Bledsoe, don't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Unofficial. There you go.
Unofficial.
There you go. Is this all the same, Brad?
Yeah,
Okay.
Rome County.
4 pages.
Okay, I got you. Let's see if I can report on another race that was contested in Roane County. The Rockwood race, City of Rockwood, City Council, Bobby Anderson, 641, Bossy Davidson, 463, Edward Grief, 302, Coach Kamakawa, 912, April Faust, 806. So in the lead there, you vote for 3. You have Coach Kamakawa, April Faust, and Bobby Anderson in the lead so far. That's early and absentee only, no precinct totals. So you all had an amendment, a charter amendment, didn't you, in the city of Oak Ridge? Does anybody know anything
I
about
saw that. I didn't know. I think I forgot about it. I knew.
Rocky
Well-
Top had a charter
I saw
question.
that.
Well, the for is 1621 and the against is 393, whatever the charter amendment was. Yes. Yes.
Okay. It's it basically says nonpartisan city elections be amended to add the phrase unless state law requires otherwise in order to be compliant with the current state law provisions regarding Board of Education elections. So I guess right now the Oak Ridge City School Board must run nonpartisan. Is that? I
Probably
believe
so.
that's correct.
So now they're saying,
So I think they want to keep it that way unless state law says to do something otherwise.
There you go. In the, I know every county is different, but in the,
So they actually ran as they ran partisan,
oh, do they? Okay. I see, there's
nonpartisan.
your-
Or maybe it's nonpartisan city elections. I'm not sure. Don't know enough to even comment on that.
Yeah.
Somebody
well,
might want to call in and let us
yeah.
know what that referendum was actually about.
Yeah, it'd be good to have that explanation. But the way I feel about that, which is worth 2 cents, but I think if you serve in a county office or school board or city council, you should run nonpartisan because you serve all the people. It don't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. If they came to the property assessor's office, we treated them the same. And nobody ever knew how they voted, So I think counties that have partisan primaries, the Republicans stick together and the Democrats stick together, and they have a lot of controversy. In my county, we all got along when I was there. It was just a must. Senator Yeager was the county executive at the time, the majority of the time, not all the time, but the majority of the time. So he kind of helped us all accountable for treating each other courteous.
Well, I know, and me and Rex have talked a lot about this too in our county. When I would go door to door, and I did that last time, and I ran into a few, not a lot, but you'd knock on the door and say, I'm Jeff Coe, I'm your Anderson County clerk, I appreciate your vote. And some would say, I don't vote in locals, I vote just in the federal side of it. And I thought, we go to church with everybody, and
Right.
we go to ball games, the grocery store,
Right.
and we need to help everybody. And
Exactly.
I know it. And I think in Anderson County we've got, good officials. We all work
Right.
together too, and that's what it's. That's why we're there for. If
Right.
we're not helping our citizens, and if our services don't help them, we really don't need to be there.
Exactly.
That's kind of the way I feel about it, and we, like I said, I live here too.
That's right.
I want everybody to feel welcome. It's their courthouse, their office,
Right.
and we're just blessed to be able to serve. the
Exactly.
people.
And you serve everybody.
Yes, exactly. And that's that's just the way I think it needs to be.
I agree with you 100%, and it's hard to, what are you going to say to somebody? Well, if you're Republican, I'm going to help you, and if you're a Democrat, I'm not. Now, wouldn't that be great?
It don't work
You
that
wouldn't
way.
last very long that way, would you?
Yeah.
Right.
It wouldn't work that way.
Yeah, I think I don't want to be cruel, but let me just say, I would never let someone's political beliefs change my friendship
Me
or
either.
end a friendship
Me
with
either.
them.
And with social media so popular these days, people are just badgering each other on there, and you can see friendships. Like, these people have been friends for years, and one's a Republican, one's a Democrat, and they're just disagreeing and just arguing about it. And I'm like, just stop and say, hey, you're still my friend.
Yeah.
Don't matter to me if you're Baptist or Methodist or Republican or Democrat. I'm still going to like you.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
I feel like it should always be people over politics.
Me too. That's
Yeah.
a great statement. People over friendship over politics
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And, I've come to realize that, people get on there and they argue back and forth, and it's like I'm trying to shove my beliefs down your throat, and you're trying to shove, and that's like trying to tell a 4-year-old that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. You're not going to change your mind.
What'd you say?
Listen,
believe
in my
in
house
Santa
we
Claus.
believe.
Yeah. My
You-
grandkids every
Exactly. If you
Okay.
tell a 4-year-old there's no such thing as Santa Claus, they're just going to look at you like you don't know what
I
you're
know.
talking about.
I still believe in Santa Claus.
I do too, and so do my kids. In my house, if you don't believe, you don't receive. To this day, so it's just
Yeah.
you've got to respect each other's ideas
Right.
and beliefs and what they, and a lot of it comes from how we're raised. There's a podcaster, and I was listening to him the other day, and he was talking about how, he's always leaned Democrat because he grew up poor, on welfare, Section 8 housing. And so, growing up that way, you're going to be supportive of that.
Exactly.
To give people opportunities. But I think that on the national level, there's a whole lot of changes that could happen.
Right.
A whole lot of changes. I don't think our government needs 700 committees in
Oh.
Washington. I couldn't believe that there was that many. That's insane.
Too many.
Too many.
Too many.
The amount of money they're making.
Jeff, what's the results?
Well, I can't find any more. That's what I'm looking at. I've not. It's 8:45. You would think there'd be another drop here any second. If
Exactly.
You got, I don't have anything on mine. Do you?
No, I just keep refreshing it.
That's what I do.
Well, in the presidential election, Harris has taken Illinois, and the current electoral vote so far is Trump 105 and Harris 71. So, and then I think it was West Virginia, the Senate, the senator that won, it's gone from red to blue, or I'm sorry, blue to red. So West Virginia has.
Trump's leading in North Carolina now, too.
Is he? Okay. So Trump's leading in North Carolina.
There's still a lot of votes there.
Trump was leading in Florida and Georgia as well.
Oh, he's
You may
tearing
have
up
Florida and Georgia.
Yeah. My friend is messaging me. She lives down there, and her ex-husband is actually at Mar-a-Lago working security tonight, so we get a lot of information. She said Miami's almost 100% Trump. And there, you know, that says a lot, because Miami to me is, well, when I travel out of the country, people joke about how Miami is not part of the United States because there's so many minorities. You know, it's heavily
Right.
Latino, Cuban, Haitian. I mean, there's just a lot of different cultures down there. So
They've got some nice golf courses.
very, yeah, and they have a really difficult airport to get through.
But I'm not a big flyer.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your real ID Gold Star by May of this next year, you can't fly.
Yes, you
have
can.
yours?
No, and I won't be getting it because if you have a passport, that's
Not supposed to be.
a passport overrules the Gold Star.
Not supposed
Not
to.
supposed to be.
That's not what I was told.
You didn't call me.
We have a debate here
Hard-
going
yeah,
on
he's hard-headed.
between the
I know.
clerk
I
and
have to be
the
hard-headed because I've
poll.
done Rex all these years. You've got to be hard-headed.
Yeah. You can
Thick
use them,
skin.
like if you
You
want,
can now,
yeah, but
but to
if,
get
even
in a
if,
federal building or get on a plane, you have to have it.
okay, so with
The
a
real
federal
ID.
building or a military base, a passport will get you in.
Well, not be for that, but for flying, that's,
Well,
Who
okay,
takes you
so, well,
Okay, here we go.
the
North-
travel agency I work for,
well, they're trying to sell packages. So that,
well, I don't, so here's what happened. I've traveled a lot over the summer, and the first time I went through TSA and I had seen
some
it,
stuff we've seen.
someone told me that TSA told them that they had to get the Gold Star. And so when I went through, the little girl, she was like, you need to get your TSA, and, you know, I'd used my passport.
Rex has, you got that, don't you, Rex? Your
TSA.
Did you get your Gold Star?
your TSA
I
and all that.
TSA
yeah.
pre-check.
Yeah,
got the go
I
for it.
have that too. And so, but, you know, when you go through,
I would think a passport
check
would
it.
work too, but
Yeah.
now that's not what
yeah,
we've been told.
I'll check
so.
on it. Well, I'll check on, well, you have to pay for that Gold Star too.
Well, you can do it when, if it's timed right, and you.
Do it when you renewal, yeah.
Or you
But I
have-
see a lot of people that
Right.
pay for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
When
Yeah,
the,
that-
yeah, when
there
they,
ain't nothing free in government. You
I
know
know,
that.
I know.
There ain't
I
nothing
know.
free.
But when the TSA agent told me I had to get that, and I said, I don't think so. I've got a passport, and she was like, yeah, okay, well.
I think
So-
you got to have it.
I don't know.
Well, that'll be a
I'll find
discussion
out.
for our next, we'll have to inform, you two will have to come
Brad
back
can
on
bring
here.
us back next week.
yeah.
You and Angeleque.
Yeah.
And we'll have a third opinion from the passport agency and
There you go.
the driver's license bureau.
Well, travel.com, you can get just about anything you need to know about traveling anywhere off of that site. So they may have changed it. I don't know. But when I looked, we didn't have to have it if we had a passport. So,
Okay.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Come on, Roane County, give us something.
Hey, Anderson
I think
County's
the
going
passport's all you need because the Gold Star is just a state issue.
Exactly.
It's
It's
not
to
a
fly
federal.
within the United
Well, it's
States.
tied in, yeah. No, it's tied into the 11 states, and see, all this got started in 2001 after 9/11. See, and we kept pushing it back, and the president has to push it back. That's why it's federal
money.
That's why it's about federal, because President Trump, I think, pushed it back twice. President Biden pushed it back once. And I talked to the state guy a couple of weeks ago to check on it. He said, as of right now, it's a go. I think it's May 7th, I think.
It is.
I'll
It's
have
all
my
federal.
gold star, just for the record. I have a passport, but I will have my gold star. I'm not going to be, and so will Brad. We're not going to be the ones sitting over there saying, we want to get on that airplane.
But I've had my gold star for
I need to. I don't have mine. I need to get it.
Are you lying and you the clerk?
I need to get it
That's
because
shame
I
on
do get
him.
some federal buildings, but I'm just not. Like I said, I need to get it.
I mean, they go through a lot more background check and everything.
We get checked
for
every day at the
your
courthouse,
passport.
don't we? So I'm checked all the time. I tell you.
You two
Well,
look
you know,
suspicious.
another
That's what it
interesting
is.
fact, though, is when they implemented all those high security measures in 2011 because of 9/11 and started the TSA and everything, that was supposed to be temporary.
Oh yeah.
It was. That was only supposed to be for a certain amount of time, but they have kept it because it's a way for them to make money.
Sound like somebody else on that.
Yeah.
Looky here.
What'd you do?
I have a civic club member that has straightened you two out.
Okay.
His name is Mark Clem.
Oh,
we want to
good old Mark.
give old Mark a big thank you. A passport can be used to fly domestically in place of a real ID, but a real ID is required to fly domestically starting May the 7th, 2025. So there you go.
So if you fly from here,
The real ID after May is required. So
if you
a
fly from here to
passport
California, you got to have the Gold Star. I don't care if you got.
domestically.
10
That's right. So,
passports.
you know,
Okay.
You're still not
after
free,
May
man.
7th.
Well,
So there you go.
okay.
You both were right.
Yeah.
You both were
We
Thank
were
you,
both
Mark
right.
Clem.
Be careful.
She's an international
So
flyer,
be careful.
Yeah.
so she doesn't need the Gold Star.
I didn't
No.
say international, but that's
She
all right.
is a gold star.
Thank you,
But
Teresa.
thank you, Mark Clem,
Yeah.
for straightening that out for us.
Yeah.
Mark is always right on top of everything. He just whips it right out there. Does a good job for the Rockwood Civitan. Okay,
Well,
now that we've threw that battle,
yeah.
Mark, throw us something else to talk about. Give us something else to argue about.
Well, here's something we could talk about. So I have traveled a lot this year. Over the past year, I've been to about 9 different countries. And it was really interesting. When I was in Germany, I always talk to a lot of people about, where, like, one thing is, what kind of help did you get when COVID hit? And it's been very interesting. Another thing I talked to them about is, like, have you ever been to the United States? And if they say no, and they'll, I had a woman on the plane, she said, I will never come there. And I said, well, why would you never want to visit? And she said, because I'm afraid I'll get shot.
Oh, my.
And I said, really? Why do you feel that way? And she said, because all I see on the news is mass shootings. And I said, you don't see anything else about our country? And she said, no, that's it, 100%. That's all their media shows them. But then I travel. Yeah.
Did you show her
I know.
Neyland Stadium?
Well, that's another thing. They don't realize how big,
Right.
what our states are is their countries.
Oh, that's right.
So, like, Tennessee would be a country, Kentucky would be a country. But, it's a lot different, but it's just interesting to see their perspective. But then, as I've traveled more, I've also realized that, I've seen where people have come in from Australia and Canada and Costa Rica. I mean, people have come everywhere to help for this election this year. And it's because our economy helps their economy, especially Canada. They said that when our economy is bad, theirs is bad. So there are as many people in Canada tonight watching this election as there are Americans. And that just blew my mind because I would have never imagined that they would be so focused.
One thing I find very interesting in my travels over the course of my life is health care in different countries.
Yes.
Some health care is government controlled. It's just very interesting on how they charge for health care, how the health care system works. They don't have public hospitals like we do. They have government-controlled hospitals, and doctors are employed by the government, and a percentage of your wages are paying for that. I mean, I think in different countries, I just think health care is a big topic there that we could probably, in the United States, learn a lot about. Take some advice from it. But we, because some of our healthcare system is broken. I mean, it really is. When you can't get a doctor to give you a true opinion about what's wrong with you, and you go from one to the other specialist, and nobody knows, and then all of a sudden you come up almost disabled, and it's so sad.
That's why they call it practice.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Our drug costs is what astounds me more
me
than
too.
anything else. I needed a prescription in Greece one time, and I went into their pharmacy, and it was very interesting. The pharmacist is standing out there in this room, and the walls are just shelves, little drawers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so neat. And I told him, what I had left at home, and he said, I got what you need. And he goes and he pulls out a drawer, and he walks over there with it. It looks like something out of Disney World or something.
We got 7.
Oh, wow.
We got 7 out of 30 precincts reporting right now.
Cool.
Let's start here with Barsha Blackburn is winning 67% to 31% for Senate. Chuck Fleischman for House Representative is winning 70% to 68.5%. Rick Scarborough has took a lead. He is at 68.2% to Ambacus's 31%. And let's see here what else we've got. Lucas Heaton and the Rob Harrell race, City Council in Clinton. Rob Harrell has 70%. Lucas Heaton has 30%. The school board, Ward 1, we have Joey Smith with 41% of the vote, 1,889 votes. Deborah Heaton has 1,397 votes. And KK Meredith has 1,254. So Deborah Smith looks like it's about 157 votes more than KK at this time.
That's a close race.
Very close.
Mm-hmm. I think we have our city of Rockwood votes on there for council. Brad, was that early voting and absentee? Yeah, early voting and absentee ballots only. Coach Kamakawa 912, April Faust Wilson 806, Bobby Anderson 641, Bossy Davidson 463, Edward Grief 302. So that's your early voting and absentee only for the city council. We don't have the precincts in yet.
That's a vote for 3.
And there's 3 elected there as well. So the top 3 is Coach Kamakawa, April Wilson, and Bobby Anderson. That may change as the precincts come in, but right now that's your top 3. See if you find anything for Ron County. I can't find a thing on my phone.
Go ahead, Angelique, finish your story now. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. No, but I had gotten a tube of it here in the United States, and it was $30-some, and I felt like that was a really good deal. And then I go down there, and it was $2.10 for the same medicine.
Yeah,
That's really sad.
well,
But I've also bought like Tylenol in Germany is so dirt cheap. It's like you could buy 4 boxes of Tylenol for about $3, and here they want $10, $12 a bottle.
That starts at August, yeah. Well, we are patiently waiting for the precinct results, and
Yes.
as we sit here and talk about it,
Let's
do
look
you
at,
have any of the?
I'm trying to find.
Do you have any of the? There's Marcia Blackburn is projected by WBIR as the winner of United States Senate.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that one's pretty easy to call.
yeah. Do you have any of the states statewide that have called theirs?
Let me see.
Theirs. The percentages.
I would say that Ed Butler, we could probably call that one with his,
Yes.
yeah.
Got Morin County in it. Tetris and
He's just got such a lead. I mean, it's 79.5% to 20% so far.
We have what state is this? Let's see.
I was trying to get
We
back
have
on
on the electoral
Anderson County.
votes. We have Donald Trump 101 and Kamala Harris 71 at this time, but none of the California, Nevada, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, Colorado, none of those states have came in. That's basically the South, and not Pennsylvania or New York.
I think,
Illinois is a blue state, but the rest is. And congratulations to Congressman Burchett. He has declared a winner at this time.
Some of the key states in the presidential race. Georgia's got 65% reported. Trump is up 52.4% to 47%.
That last drop, Rex, on the Clinton City, I don't think that number changed, did it? It did change? Okay.
There's six new
Because
precincts.
the city should come in, well, the city should come in quick, so that's probably, it's been an hour after polls closed.
I can't
That
tell
would
which
be-
state that is.
I don't know about the Oak Ridge precincts yet, but.
You have to go over, like, if you want to touch
I know it.
Nevada. That's
Wait a minute,
just, that's
the
just
one.
in total.
There's
yeah.
Vermont is, the Harris state.
Yeah, it's Chuck Flashman with 18,444 votes, Jack Allen with 7,586, Gene Howard Hill with 291, and Stephen Scooter King
just three
with
of
346, and that's 100%. So,
Heaton and Merritt.
That's for
That's all we were talking
Vermont.
about.
What is that?
Lucas Heaton has 944 votes, and Robert Harrell has 2,118.
143 vote difference.
Yeah.
School board race.
And then the Board of Education, we've got Deborah Heaton with 1,397, Joey Smith with 1,889, and KK Meredith with 1,254.
That's 4,540 votes that voted.
For a school.
That's probably all three of those precincts.
Yeah.
Southwest.
It's 100%, yeah.
So
Yeah.
That one's final then, I guess
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
so congratulations to Deborah Heaton and Joey Smith. All right. Let's see.
AP has called the race. Trump wins Oklahoma with 7 electoral votes, 66.3% to 31.2%.
They just announced he got Florida too.
Did they? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's get that results. 120 to 99 for Florida, and that's 120 electoral votes for the state of Noah. Let me see. That's Trump 56%, Kamala 42, Where's electoral? 30 electoral votes. 93% reporting, so the AP has called that race as well.
She won Nebraska. Kamala has won Nebraska.
That's that. That's
Yeah,
part of
Nebraska.
that half. They split that.
Yeah. What's
It's
half and half.
It's a half. It's one of
Yeah.
those. They tried to change that a few months ago to make it half of. She was big in that her part, and he's big, and that's
His-
one of them ones you can't get together at midnight. So you work out a compromise years ago, and you fix it by 3 a.m. and that's how you do it.
Kamala wins New Jersey, but it's 14 electoral votes. That's 39% reporting, so that's not enough really to call it. But they say the AP has called this race for New Jersey. Kamala 53.5%, Trump 45%. So,
That doesn't really surprise me.
me either. But let's see what the great state of Tennessee is doing. In the great state of Tennessee, Trump is 67%, Kamala is 31%. That's 11 electoral votes.
50% reported.
Is that right? I didn't see that. I missed that. Here we go. Alabama, Trump wins. The AP has called that. 72.6 for Trump, 26.6 for Kamala. AP has called that, and there's 9 electoral votes there.
Virginia's got 48% in, and Donald Trump is up 1.3%.
In Virginia?
Who is?
Deborah Heating.
Deborah Heaton. Yeah, she's one of the winners. Anthony.
You're on the air, Deborah.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air, Deborah.
I'd like to thank everyone in Clinton that came out and voted for me. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Deborah,
you.
are all the precincts in Clinton turned in?
Have all the precincts called in?
In Clinton.
I don't think she's here.
Absentee, they haven't seen absentee yet.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us, Deborah?
Yeah.
Have all
We'll have to go and send them.
have all the city of Clinton precincts turned their ballots in already?
Can you hear us, Deborah?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Have all the precincts in Clinton turned their votes in?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, you're asking me that?
Yeah.
We don't have the totals.
You don't have the total. Well, anyway, I'd like to thank everyone that come out and voted for me,
Right.
regardless if I won or not.
There you go. And you call us back when we give the totals. Hopefully you'll be a winner, and we'll be able to let you talk again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. I haven't turned that off. I guess that does it.
Just pick it up and set that down.
No,
Yeah,
well,
it's
you
flashing.
should do.
Oh, God, it must be amazing.
That's unfortunate.
I got in trouble one time. We thought we.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I don't
Hey.
want to talk about it. It was awful.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. We want we're anxiously awaiting to hear from each county and to know what our Rockwood City Council race is doing, and our state representative race with Ed Butler. Of course, you will have to hear from several counties for him, but I don't.
That's what
We don't have anything to give you other than the early voting and absentee at this time. That's yours, Angeleque. I don't know how I got that.
That's okay. You grabbed it.
I'm sorry. Trying to see.
I want to thank
Okay, we've
everyone
Go ahead.
for tuning in and spending the evening with us. I know there's all different, kinds of ways that people could get the results, but we really appreciate the fact that you're tuned in with us, and it's been a great journey. And I don't know if a lot of you know this or not, but we all volunteer for this position.
I was
And
expecting a check. Wait a minute.
you got a Sprite, Jeff. Come on.
All right,
You got a
all
Sprite.
right.
But,
A check here.
yeah.
And we want to thank our sponsors.
Yeah.
Catlin Nolan from Bonding Company I assume that she's one of our sponsors tonight, Brad,
Yes.
correct? If you're in trouble and you need a get out of jail card, call Caitlin. Is it
It's
Caitlin?
Caitlin.
Caitlin
Caitlin
Nolan.
Bell-Bonding.
Caitlin Nolan.
Caitlin Bell Bonding.
Yeah, Caitlin is
Eight-
also. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. 865-437-0175. 24-hour service for her.
Caitlin is also the only bond person in Anderson County that's bilingual.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah, and we've got Oak Ridge Floral, who's actually next door, and they are going to be doing a Christmas open house November 15th and 16th from 8:30 a.m. on Friday to 5 p.m. and from 8:30 a.m. on Saturday until 2 p.m. And if you mention the ad that you saw it tonight on the show, then they will give you 20% off your purchase. And I think Sarge is going to be there. So, yeah, Sarge they've worked with them for years, and they set up a really cute little display, and you can come, bring your pets, have their picture made. So that will be on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And they are ready for it. If you walk by next door on the way out of the Grove Center, you will see all the floral and beautiful trees and decorations they have over there.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
amazingly lit up, wasn't it,
Yeah.
when you pulled in
Yeah.
tonight?
It's
It
really
gets you-
pretty.
It really gets you in the holiday spirit. She has some beautiful things over there.
Uh-huh.
It's really pretty. So
Yeah,
shop
so-
local, support these local florists.
Yeah. They've got a lot of things too, gift items that they, didn't used to. Well, the Farrell shop in Jackson Square closed. So there was a little market there, really unique stuff. So they've got a lot of the stuff, that
okay.
the Farrell shop. So if you used to shop at the Farrell shop, you can come down and visit the guys down here at the Oak Ridge Floral.
Yeah, we just got 15. We got 15 to 30 precincts. The races that really watch. It's not have to read them. Can't read them.
Definitely cold.
You got them, Jeff, here, Angela?
Here we
I
go.
can't get them pulled back up.
Okay, so for the House of Representatives, District 33, we've got Rick Scarborough with 15,104 votes.
17,120.
Oh, well, I updated it. Hold on.
17,120.
78,143.
It's not updating on my phone.
17,120. You have to refresh it.
I did.
Go back out of it.
Here, go back out.
Well, I think there's some,
Yeah, there it is, 17,121 to Bacchus says 7,843. That's quite a lead. I think we can all pretty much,
So local races,
Confirm.
like City of Clinton says all their precincts are turned in. Rob Harrell's going to be the city councilman with 2,340 votes. Lucas Heaton coming second with 1,093. Larry Gann, unopposed, will be reelected. Matthew Foster, unopposed. And then in school board, the race we were watching, Joey Smith was the big vote getter tonight with 2,109 votes. Deborah Heaton for 1,569, and KK Meredith with 1,392. The two top vote getters get elected, so that's Joey Smith and Deborah Heaton.
Okay, Deborah, you
there
call
you go,
us back.
Debbie, you can call back.
Call us back and we'll let you thank
We've got,
your voters.
We have City of Oak Ridge right now. I'm not sure how many precincts are in. We've got about 18,000 early voted so far. We have right now in first place is Jim Dotson with 6,455 votes, and you vote for 3. And then you have Derek Hammond with 5,330, and Charles Chuck Hope with 5,900. And then Ruth Rizzi has 3,300. So it's looking like Hope, Hammond, and Dotson will be your city council. And
Your city judge, Jim Norman, has a nice complimentary vote
very good,
there.
nice, yes.
7,996, is that correct?
That's it. And then,
Congratulations to you, Jim, on that great complimentary vote.
and Board of Education, City of Oak Ridge, you vote for 2. The 2 top vote getters are Mary Crank with 4,238 votes, Ashley Craven with 4,330, and then Tiffany Malone had 3,717, Sharon Gleason had 2,000, and Keith Jeter had 1,900. So Crank and Craven will be your Board of Education, it looks like, at this time.
Thank you for those totals.
Somebody call in.
He answers right there. Well, they did, but they've hung up. Some of them we don't let talk.
It was a spam call.
You still got Rowan County numbers for Oak Ridge races.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I forget
Can't call
about
that
the
race just
the
yet.
preserve. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that.
There's quite a few people down there, too.
Oh, I know it.
Of course, they would do those together.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
I'm over here having them all for
What are you finding over there, Jeff?
It looks like right now in Anderson
Similar
County,
calls,
you've got
same.
68% of the 68% of the voters voted for Trump, 31% voted for Harris. I'll let you know how our county split up.
Marsha's already gave her victory speech. Let's see.
Do we have any district total for Chuck's race with Jack Allen? How big that was, or they AP or anybody reporting any of that?
Should be able to do this.
Brad, see if you
What's that?
see if you can pull Rowan County. I can't get it.
Hey, you look that bird?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Can't get it.
Yes. Yes.
Hill Bonding Company is a locally owned and operated bail bonding company handling Roane, Loudoun, and Morgan counties in Tennessee. We are available 24/7 because we realize that bad things happen to good people, and we are here to help when you need us most. We are completely confidential and here to serve you. In jail? Need bail? Just chill and call Hill. Hill Bonding Company, 865-245-4545.
If you're ready to visit that lush, tropical place you've always wanted to, now is the time. But finding the best bang for the buck can be hard. Where should you go? What kind of warm weather destination is right for you and will fit your budget? You need a professional to help. And now you have a friend in the travel business. Your Evolution agent has the backing of a 60-year-old travel company behind them. They can find you the best time of year to travel and the best hotels, beaches, or all-inclusive resorts at a price that suits your needs. They can also book your airfare, car rental, or side trips in one convenient transaction. But why use a travel pro? Industry studies show that most self-bookers overspend an average of $452 per person when not using a skilled agent. So don't resort to scouring the internet for hours only to find that amazing price already expired. Call your Evolution agent and let them do the work for you.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge. New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at AK Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Welcome back. We've got some new totals.
In Roane County, we have cumulative totals here. I don't know if this is all the precincts in, but Donald Trump, 16,868. To Kamala Harris, 5191. For President, United States Senate, Marsha Blackburn, 16,333. Gloria Johnson, 5269. I think they've declared Marsha, as I said earlier, the winner. She's given her acceptance speech at this time, I understand. The House of Representatives, Chuck Fleshman, 16,322. Jack Allen, 4411. Senator Ken Yeager, 17,095. Independent candidate Charles Hudson for Tennessee Senate, District 12 is 3927. Monty Fritz with 16,794 complimentary votes. Representative Butler, District 41. 892 to Derek Hahn, 200. City Council in Kingston, Tony Brown, 2123. Tommy Gwynn, 2160. David Reeder, 2019. That's your total, your 3 new city councilmen. And that's Tommy Gwynn. That's the top vote getter. So, Tommy, if you want to call in, we'll take your call and be glad to put you on the air. Let's see. Oliver Springs Alderman. 1 is elected. Charlie Bailey, 109, and Kenneth Brown, 53. Alderman Oliver Springs, Terry Holland, 159, unopposed candidate. Becky Devaney, unopposed, 158. Rockwood, we have the totals here.
Rockwood still don't have
They don't have their precincts in, so we're still at the same top 3. Coach Kamakama, 912. April Faust Wilson, 806. And Bobby Anderson, 641. We don't have anything new or any new totals from the precincts to add to that to give you some the final total. If you would like to call in, the number is 865-483-8112. Again, 483-8112 is the number to call in, 865 area. If you would like to call in and thank your voters from the city councilman, and also, wasn't that Clinton we were talking about? Yes, Clinton also. It's the totals were in. So as we look at the map of the United States, red and blue is everywhere. So in the north, it looks like the blue is overcoming. In the south and middle, it looks like the red is predominant. And then there's several undecided.
It looks
What
like
do they call that? Pink?
it's leaning.
Leaning.
Yeah. Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia are leaning red. So is Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Okay.
And Maine. Of course, Maine is always red.
We got
I mean,
20
Maine is usually blue with one red.
We got 23 out of 30 now, Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Michigan.
Yeah.
That's Michigan.
The race
Michigan's
for
leading blue.
House
That's
of
Maine.
Representatives between Rick Scarborough and Ann Backus has not really
Yeah,
changed.
it's
He's
ME.
still winning close to 69%.
Yeah.
She's got 31%.
It's 52.1 to
About 7
46.8.
precincts left to report.
But look, this is what's scary. Where is it? PA in Michigan.
I know it. I know it.
So
You want to talk, Rex, a little bit about Matthew Foster there? He kind of got late in the race, and
do you know him?
Yeah, that's actually his brother is Michael Foster, who's on Anderson County Commission.
yeah.
He used to be city manager of Froggy Top.
Okay. So he's decided to jump in the political ring too.
Yeah.
Matt kind of got in late. Lori Wilson had qualified and didn't.
Well, her brother passed away.
Brother passed away,
and so they had a lot of family issues, and she basically decided that she had to take care of the family issues was more important than running for office. And so she withdrew on the day of the deadline, and so Matthew Foster is the only man standing, and so he got it by default.
He's got more hair than his brother. So
He'll appreciate you telling that, I'm sure.
I can handle Michael, too.
But that family's been in politics.
Yeah.
His dad was Larry Foster, who was on the school superintendent for years.
And their grandfather was, well, they
J.D.
called him county mayor or county judge back then. It was really county executive, county mayor back then, back in the days.
Sure.
What was his name?
J.D. Arnell.
J.D.
Arnell,
Arnell. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of history there. With
Oh
the
yeah.
family.
Good family. Good family. The
So
Fosters are good.
he's new to politics, and I don't know. Did he buy any signs?
Didn't buy nothing, didn't buy a sign. He's
You don't have to do that when you're in a post.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
No.
I always put my signs out. I like to do that, even if I ran in a post, which I like to run in a post better than the opponent, as you well know.
You had a tough race. You had a really tough race. It's hard to be in a five-way.
I have one opponent, and I have several people getting him out to run against me. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. The good Lord knows best. He takes care of me no matter what.
They've just called Texas for Trump now. So,
And it looked like on the Roane County side, Jim Dodson, Derek Hammond, and Chuck Hope all were winning on the Roane County side as well as Anderson County side. So it looks like those three will be your city council. All right, we have a call.
Good evening. You're on the air.
Hi, Teresa. It's Tommy Gwynn.
Hey, Tommy. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. How's everybody doing?
Well, we're just patiently waiting here for the vote totals by precinct so we can tell our...
Well, I'm so happy the turnout we've had, and I really want to thank all the citizens of Kingston for getting out and voting. Whether you voted for me or not, you got out and voted. That's what we want to do.
Well, you were the top vote getter, so congratulations on that.
Okay. And y'all doing a great job. I've enjoyed watching it.
Well, thank you. We kind of feel like the Four Stooges here because we don't know anything to report. So we're just asking our viewers to be patient with us. As soon as we know, we will put it out there. But we kind of running into things to talk about to keep the viewers on there. And I know people are like, I wish they would quit rambling and tell us something. But we don't know it or we would be telling it.
Well, again, I know that it's hard to get results a lot of times.
It's tough.
Anyway, I thank the citizens of Kingston for turning out and voting for me.
Well, Tommy, you represent the city of Kingston very well, and congratulations again. It's being top vote getter. I guess that makes you vice mayor, doesn't it?
Probably in 2 years.
I don't know about that. I think you step right on up there, probably. But that's a question
but anyway,
we need.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I just thank you for the time, allowing me to call.
And you're very welcome, and good luck to you in the next 4 years.
Thank you.
Treat us well in the city there.
I got you.
All right, honey. Thank you, Tommy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Tommy Gwynn, the top vote getter for the city of Kingston. Tommy serves the citizens well, and is doing a very good job for the city.
that's good.
We were talking also, and I'm sure y'all are probably the same way. It's hard to find candidates for the city races and sometimes commissioners and the county pot side of it. They don't get like I said, they get recognition sometimes, but those are important jobs. Those are, $1 million taxpayer budgets and things that has to go into, and it's really, I think our city mayor, Rex and Clinton gets $150 a month, which, and it's, they're not doing it for the money, but the time and energy you put into it, and it's important to get people to run, and it's always good to have, fresh faces and things like that to come in and do that.
Right.
And,
in that race in particular, it was the two, Tommy Gwynn and Tony Brown, for the longest. And then right up at the 11th hour, David Reeder got in there. So they didn't have a third candidate for a while in that race in particular.
Yeah, and it's those school boards are always kind of hard to find people to run for in some of these situations, and it's a very important job. All that stuff is, and those
politics is kind of dirty, and a lot of people. You got to wear a bulletproof vest sometimes. I've had to wear a bulletproof outfit from head to toe sometimes, but when you work.
It has, Angeleque said that earlier, and some of us did, it has been tough. It's always been a contact sport, and I don't read enough, but when I do read, I like history, and I went back and I've read a lot of the presidential races, and Andrew Jackson when he ran, and Thomas Jefferson and stuff. It was so brutal.
It was,
back then. You didn't have it was in print.
Oh yeah.
And it's unfortunate that you have to do that.
Right.
I don't like it. I don't think any of us likes it. It's not fashionable to do it, I think, but sometimes it happens, and that's the hard part of that.
It is, and a lot of people don't want to put their name out there because of it. I fully understand that.
Yeah.
We don't.
When I think about voters, the person that doesn't vote, I feel like doesn't have a voice in what's being said, because our vote is our voice. And then the next category down is what I call the low information voter. And that's someone that doesn't do the research about the person, doesn't really, they just go by what that mailer is that comes in the mailbox.
Or what they've heard at their
see
church
on TV,
or something.
And so, unfortunately, we live in an area where you can put lipstick on a pig and they can get elected because no one wants to check and see who they really are. But the other side of that too is some people see stuff and they get so caught up in the battle of it all, they don't realize that part of politics too, just like in Nashville, they'll stand on the floor and fight, almost come to fist blows, and then they'll come to a halt for the day and they'll go have dinner together. Then that's just part of it. And so I feel sad for the people that don't take the time to do the research and realize that, politics is a big game, and sometimes it's a contact sport. But at the end of the day, everybody's just wanting to make things better for their area, So it's been really interesting. Really, really interesting.
I have some new totals from Roane County. All precincts are in except two. Representative Yeager, it's 20,645. Independent candidate Charles Hudson, I'm calling him for state senate, it's 4626. Representative Fritz, 20,054. I just can't get over the write-in ballot on that.
I know, it's almost
696.
Is it 696?
Yes.
Wow, I know,
know,
that is crazy.
But it's a lot of trouble to write somebody in.
Yeah.
District 41, Ed Butler, 1365. Joel Hahn, 278. City of Kingston, I've already gave you that total. The grand total for that is 2412. Tommy Gwynn, 2379. Tony Brown, 2261. David Reeder. That's the final total, all except two precincts, but I don't know if those include Kingston. Should not include Kingston because the courthouse and the community center is right there. And the President and Vice President Trump and Vance is 20,488. Harris and Waltz is 5970. United States Senate, again, Marsha Blackburn, 19,722. Gloria Johnson, 6,139. Fleshman for House of Representatives, District 3, 19,691. Allen, 5119. So as I told you earlier, I think Marsha was giving her speech as we spoke. I don't have the totals for Rockwood yet. That's one that's still in question, so just bear with us. As soon as we get those totals, we'll report them to you. So do we have some AP poll predictions, Angeleque? Any more?
Let me see here what it's saying. I'm refreshing. So we've got Trump with 178 electoral votes and Harris with 99. Of course, starts in the east and goes to the west, but it's looking really blue. We've got New Jersey, Maryland, Vermont, New York, Connecticut, Delaware, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island all showing blue. New Hampshire's leaning blue. And then we've got PA and Michigan leaning blue, Illinois. Trump has taken Texas and Florida. He has Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, of course, Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana. And, of course, North and South Dakota and New Mexico is leaning red. Wyoming is red. But we have Colorado's always blue. Kansas is leaning blue. So it's a tight race. Popular vote, though, we've got Kamala with 46.6% and Donald Trump with 52.2%. Of course, when California comes in, that changes a lot. So there's a lot of voters there.
14 states are leaning right now. Is that correct? You count them from over
Yeah,
there?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it looks like 14.
I got 11. Let me see.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 14. Yeah.
14 leaning, so
Yeah.
that's a swing right there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot to go.
right.
We'll see what happens. Of
How
course,
many do you have red so far, and how many blue that's already called it?
So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Virginia's running close. What is it, 50 to, what, 48?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, we have
Trump has
27
7.
of 30, 27 of 30 precincts are in. So we have 2 precincts and absentee ballots left for Anderson County.
Okay.
So let's see where we're at. We have Donald Trump with 23,598 and Kamala at 10,712. We have, for Senate, we have Marsha Blackburn with 22,700 votes to Gloria Johnson's 10,780 votes. Chuck Fleischman with 23,181. Jack Allen at 9,500. The Rick Scarborough has 19,501 to Ann Backus's 9,043. That's a 68 to 32% spread. And let's see, we got Ed Butler has got 4,000 votes to Joel Hahn with about 1,000. And we mentioned before, Rob Harrell has won city council. Larry Gann and Matthew Foster have all won with the City of Clinton City Council. K.K. Meredith Joey Smith and Deborah Heaton have won the school board race. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I think so. We can get more for Roane County.
I got one more for Roane County City Council in Rockwood. Bobby Anderson, 836. Bossy Davidson, 625. Edward Grief, 382. Coach Kamakawa, 1246. April Faust Wilson, 1,071. So at this time, it looks like all the Rockwood precincts are in. So Coach Kamakawa, 1,246. April Faust Wilson, 1,071. And Bobby Anderson, 836. So there's your three new councilmen in Rockwood. I think the new one is Coach Kamakawa. So April Faust Wilson has been there, and so has Bobby Anderson. So we would welcome a call from the three of those. And there's two precincts remaining in Roane County. I think one is Eureka. That's a Rockwood precinct, but it's not in the city. Mm-hmm. So there's one more other than that one. So it seems like only Eureka. So that is the only one remaining. So that is all the precincts except Eureka. So that's the final vote for the city council. So we welcome a call at 865-483-8112 from any of those winners and the ones that were unsuccessful. We welcome a call also to thank your voters as well, if you would like.
And I just want to congratulate everyone that's on the ballot for running putting their hat in the ring and running. And, it's sometimes you don't win the first time, but you might come back and win the second time. So just don't give up. And just the fact that they're willing to try to help their community, they deserve a congratulations as well.
They do. And we want to thank them for at least making the attempt and putting forth the effort, because it's expensive to run an election, and it's time-consuming, and it takes a village, your family, and everybody else has to help. And so it's a hard time, and especially if you campaign 3 straight months in the heat, or 3 straight months in September, October, getting to November. It's still a strain on your family. You're out every night. You're out talking to people. You're out at meetings, at gatherings, and it's a strain. And Jeff, you and Rex both know that as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of time, and like I said, we're getting ready to got the Veterans Parade Saturday. We're excited about that. I think there's going to be a little rain, but I think we can get it in.
You think it'll mess your hair up?
Well, it could. I've got to go get it done Monday, so the timing will be good.
I think you'll look good.
And then we got Christmas parades, so we're excited about that. So those are fun times.
They are fun to get out and mingle with the people, and that's why you are successful, is you're out there so the public can see you and talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to believe this year's almost over.
I know it.
Quick.
We've had a lot of changes this year. We lost our county attorney, and our chancellor that was appointed has taken his place. So he's apparently loving his job.
He's the committee. The committee vote met, and we voted to recommend the county hire him full time.
Oh, you did?
And so county commission will be meeting this month to either confirm it or to reject it.
Okay.
So
he's
doing a great job. We think he'll get the job.
So your county attorney was part-time?
Full-time.
He was, he passed away.
Oh, who was that?
Jay Yeager.
Okay.
Yeah, Jamie's done a good job so far, and that's always hard to come in after a death like that.
Rick Scarborough right there.
All right.
Get Angeleque.
It's yours.
Hello, Rick. You're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're great. Thank you very much.
Well, Rick, it's Rex. We just while we're here and Jeff's here, we just want to say congratulations. You ran a great job. I look forward to see what's in your future.
Thank you. Appreciate that, guys.
You've ran a really good race.
You got any food left over at Hoskins there, Rick?
I think we got a couple of barbecue sandwiches.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but no, thank you. I really appreciate it, and a lot of people helped out, and again, we put a lot of work in, but as I told some folks a while ago, it just these things don't happen in a vacuum or by yourself. It takes a lot of people to help you. A lot of folks came together, and it really, really meant a lot to Molly, and I thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You've ran a really classy race, I have to admit. Even in your primary, you know, and you stood up for yourself when you needed to, and you've got a lot of people that, you know, in that Claxton community, you had a whole lot of support. And I feel like, you know, that you're going to do a really good job for us. So congratulations.
Well, thank you for saying that. As far as the race goes, we were intentional from the very beginning that we wanted to keep it positive. There was, you know, in the end game was our goal. If you're going to win the election and you want to govern, you want to lead, help people, you can't do it by dividing a county. And so regardless whether it be the primary or the general election, I did not want to run a negative campaign, refused to do it, and told people from the beginning I never was running against the opposition. I was running for the job and for the opportunity to serve the community. And it really is my goal to try to pull people together and work together and try to get some things done to the benefit of the county. But I appreciate you saying so.
Yeah, well, that's a good perspective to have for joining politics. So.
Well, it's home. This is our home.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And these are our neighbors. So we want to make sure that not only do we want to serve our neighbors, that our neighbors trust us.
Right, exactly.
Well, Rick, congratulations. You're going to do a great job. If we ever help you, I'm sure we'll be calling you. So get back to your family and enjoy the night.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
You know, I know when he announced, you know, he got in kind of not late, but there wasn't, maybe a month before the deadline. I mean, it kind of
the last minute.
Yeah, it was kind of there at the end, and he got the, you know, the thing about what we said earlier about events and things you go to have the ground games might not be the right word, but the structure to get it going. It takes, you know, 4 or 5 weeks to get the team together. As far as, I mean, you're out in front earlier, but just to get it all kicked off and get it going, getting your material and things like that, that always plays a big part in getting that too.
You want to recognize our sponsors one more time?
I think that's a great idea.
Now, wait a minute.
There we go.
Was that flipped on that?
It was.
And that was flipped on the
KK. It flipped on that race of KK and Deborah. And
can you go back?
It's still.
Okay.
Well,
what's it saying?
Well, Debbie's at 1683. I think it had Debbie at 11 and KK at the 1478, but Debbie finished with 1683. Smith 2246 and KK at 1478. I thought I was seeing some stuff. That Sprite there.
We want to thank our sponsors tonight. Caitlin Nolan Bonding Company. She's located in Clinton, serves Anderson County. Her phone number is 865-437-0175. She's a 24-hour service, and she's also our only bonding agency in Anderson County that is bilingual. So she helps a lot of the Hispanic community. We also have Oak Ridge Floral Company that's located in Grove Center, right here beside the station, and they are having a Christmas open house November 15th and 16th. They're open Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 and Saturday from 8:30 to 2. And if you mention this ad, you're going to receive 20% off anything that you purchase. And they've got a whole store full of gorgeous things. It's lit up over there. It just looks magical. And they're going to be working with Sarge. And they set up a place where you can bring your cats, dogs, lizards, whatever it is, and have your picture made. Have their picture made with Santa, and that's always been a very popular thing. They've been really good about always working with Sarge to try to help with that rescue.
Hill Bonding Company is a locally owned and operated bail bonding company handling Roane, Loudoun, and Morgan counties in Tennessee. We are available 24/7 because we realize that bad things happen to good people, and we are here to help when you need us most. We are completely confidential and here to serve you. In jail? Need bail? Just chill. And call Hill. Hill Bonding Company, 865-245-4545.
If you're ready to visit that lush, tropical place you've always wanted to, now is the time. But finding the best bang for the buck can be hard. Where should you go? What kind of warm weather destination is right for you and will fit your budget? You need a professional to help. And now you have a friend in the travel business. Your Evolution agent has the backing of a 60-year-old travel company behind them. They can find you the best time of year to travel and the best hotels, beaches, or all-inclusive resorts at a price that suits your needs. They can also book your airfare, car rental, or side trips in one convenient transaction. But why use a travel pro? Industry studies show that most self-bookers overspend an average of $452 per person when not using a skilled agent. So don't resort to scouring the internet for hours only to find that amazing price already expired. Call your Evolution agent and let them do the work for you.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge. New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at 8K Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fncor.org.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's one person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Welcome back, and thank you all for viewing in with us tonight. We appreciate it. Thank Rex Lynch and Jeff Coe, Angeleque, and myself. We enjoy doing this, and we always look forward to the victory. But unfortunately, we won't know who our president is for a day or so.
Exactly.
But right now, we have the winner of the top vote getter in Rockwood, Coach Kamakawa. Let him thank his voters. Bear with me 1 second. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good top vote getter and a good race.
Yeah, I was sort of surprised because, I thought all the candidates worked pretty hard there, and I just had a lot of people supporting and helping me, so it turned out well.
Yes, it did. We look forward to you coming to Rockwood Civitan and telling us your plans and what you think about this new position once you get a little indoctrinated.
Yeah, I'm sort of a novice at this, but I'll figure it out sooner or later.
Oh, you will. You will, and you'll do a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm sure you want to thank your voters and your supporters.
Yeah, I like to thank everyone that did support me. I mean, however many votes that was, 1,200, that's a lot of people, and I appreciate everyone voting for whoever they supported, because voting's an important right in our country, and a lot of people, think I'll do a good job, I guess, since they gave me the vote. And like I said in my campaign, I'll listen to them. I'm not going to do everything they ask me to do. I'll do what's best for the city of Rockwood, what I think is best, and work with Mayor Jolly and the other council people. But again, I'd like to thank everybody, and congratulations to April and Bobby Anderson. And but they're two good ones, and I look forward to working with everyone on the council.
Well, I'm sure they look forward to working with you. You've proved to be a leader by the way you've coached their kids over the years. So I'm sure you'll do a fine job, and congratulations again. And we do have Bobby in our prayers, and I haven't heard an update on him in a while, but last I heard he was slowly improving, but surely. So I'm hoping that he recovers well and can keep his council position.
Yeah, I think last I heard he was in rehab and doing better. So, again, I hope he improves. And look, I know he's been on the council before, so he brings a lot of experience. So I look forward to working with him.
Right, and I'm sure he does you as well. And again, Coach, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what you bring to the Rockwood City Council.
Okay, thank you again.
Mm-hmm, you're welcome. Good night.
All right, bye.
Anyone else that wants to call in? We have 5 more minutes left before we sign off. So we have April Faust Wilson. We have 2 councilmen from Kingston, Tony Brown, David Reeder. We could hear from Senator Yeager and Representative Fritz. If you're watching and tuning in, if you'd like to call in and thank your voters, we'd be glad to have you. Glad to put you on the air. 865-483-8112. I'm going to let my cohorts here have a final word. We've got about 5 minutes.
Well, I appreciate you all letting me join the group this year. I've really enjoyed it, and I appreciate the voters for getting out and voting today. Just a couple of dates I want to throw out. Don't forget, people in Anderson County, remember next Saturday at 8 a.m., we're having a veterans breakfast. No, it's not December 8th. It's November the 8th.
Yeah.
That's this coming Saturday. And there'll be a parade coming to Clinton. Starts at 10 o'clock. Bring the kids out and let's honor our veterans. Yep. And then on December the 8th, our courts actually have an annual breakfast that Judge Bowling and Judge Tuck kind of head. They try to make the initiative. Judge Spitzer as well. And also Judge Forster. We have a new judge. And they all sponsor it, and myself, and it'll be on December the 8th, I believe, at 8 a.m. There'll be some more information on that. It'd be nice to stop by and see the judges and see my staff, and just wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Are you going to have, I know sometimes they do like a fundraiser, or you donate something.
They haven't decided what they want to do this year. In the past, they did stuffed animals one year. They do different things like that. Sometimes they brought canned foods in. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll probably have some type of theme that people can bring something in.
How would they find out?
Just watch Facebook and watch the newspapers. Will probably put some advertising for the event.
Okay. Yeah, that was really nice of Victoria to Judge Bowling to start
Santa Claus be there? I know Santa Claus used to come.
I got somebody, our good friend Marvin Hill, said Saturday is the 9th.
Well, I'm sure he would correct us.
At least we have one person watching, we know.
He better worry about
very critical.
He better worry about UT winning Saturday. Mississippi State might give him a game.
Nah.
I don't think so. But yeah, it's been an interesting year for sure. But I just want to thank our everyone that has voted. I want to thank our sponsors again for helping with our program tonight, and I want to congratulate Marsha Blackburn. She's kept her seat for Senate. And then in the House of Representatives, Chuck Fleischman, he's been in office for a long time, and he works really hard for Oak Ridge and our government. Congratulations to Chuck. The House of Representatives, Rick Scarborough, he called in earlier, and he won by about 10,000 votes, actually, against Ann Backus, and we know that he's going to do a really good job. Then in the House of Representatives, District 41, we've got Ed Butler, the Republican Party nominee. He kept his seat. And then City of Clinton Municipal, Robert Harrell has won that seat. Congratulations to Robert. And then Board of Education, looks like the 2 winners for that were Deborah Heaton and Joey Smith.
I just thank y'all again for letting me do this in August and tonight. I know that Tim couldn't make it. He's at a conference in Nashville, so we called on Rex. He did a good job, and like I said, it's fun to do this because we know a lot of the people. And again, everybody that ran, thank you for running. There's always a winner and a loser, which sometimes you hate to see that, but like I said, it's fun to do it, and these are our communities, and we need to pray for everyone and just take care of things that we can help people with.
You just hit the nail on the head. We need to pray. We just need to pray for our country, and I thank you guys for coming. It's always nice to have different views, and you two are both a plethora of information, so it makes it a lot more enjoyable. And to everyone watching tonight, we just want to thank you for joining us, and we will see you come next election.
Yes, thank you for joining in, and
guys.
congratulations to all the winners. And as we leave you tonight, God bless you and have a wonderful holiday season.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Hill Bonding Company is a locally owned and operated bail bonding company handling Roane, Loudoun, and Morgan counties in Tennessee. We are available 24/7 because we realize that bad things happen to good people, and we are here to help when you need us most. We are completely confidential and here to serve you. In jail? Need bail? Just chill.